The ministry which are supposed to act for the benefit of the most deprived people is in the ministry that these people allow themselves to embezzle money, billions, in 2024. They embezzled several billions. The police did an excellent job investigating job, which allow us to discover a lot of property, luxury vehicles, a good number of things in any case, which were seized, and the case was transferred to a court. So, guys, here we go again. Another speech by Ibrahim Traore. I'm telling you, this man keeps his buck with his citizens, and that's why they love him so much. He doesn't hide anything. He tells them everything that's going on in the country. And in this speech, it's like a 8 minutes to 8 minutes speech where I translate for you guys so you can listen to it. Where he talk about embezzlement, unpatriotic government, Burkina citizens, the Western media trying to um paint a bad narrative of Burkina Faso. But take a listen to it for yourself and let me know what you think about it in the comment section. Boom. When making a revolution means facing a lot of challenges. And challenges every day we have them. And thank God we managed to meet them. That is the case. So these last few weeks, which have been rich in events on the battlefield, the pressure has mounted. So in this month of October, thank God it was crowned by several successes. And we will therefore continue to intensify the operations until annihilating these barbarians who has come to disturb our peace. We give thanks to God and the CEO and the Tour de Faso. Therefore, all events ended yesterday, and thank God, thank goodness, no major incident. A few falls, therefore, at the level of the Tour de Faso, but the minister reassured me that these were therefore minor injuries which were taken care of at the CO level. And unfortunately, there was a small incident due to the explosion of a gas bottle, which also causes some injuries, which were also taken care of. So we can only give thanks to God for the holding of these two events, which will still bear witness of the resilience of the Burkina Faso citizens, who therefore came to expose the lies of the media, which tries to spread the narrative according to which Burkina Faso is a place of fire and blood. But the runners were therefore able to travel the length and breadth of the country without incident. And also, this is the place to pay tribute to the various defense and security forces and to our VDP who have done everything possible to ensure that all these events take place without incident. There is also during this week quite a few events that, uh, the- and also the presidency, in particular, a certain number of officials from the various ministerial departments, whom I made a point of receiving personally to try to redirect government actions, seeking to rotate operation expenses because we realize that operation takes up so much space in our budget that we were obligated to read thousands of pages, not for the pleasure of our eyes, but we were obligated to read it to bring in each manager and try to understand the budget would serve to make basic socio-economical structural profile to our population so that those who pass and participate in the exercise recognize that we have enough operation expenses and we will continue in the sense to minimize the operation expenses of the administration, to be able to invest better for the benefit of our population. Those who have understood the message, I think, in this case, the majority, I invite them to redouble their efforts to ensure that we can minimize operation expenses. Everything that can be saved must be saved and invested for the benefit of our population. Therefore, drinking water is not a guarantee for everyone in Burkina Faso. We today also are fighting for food security. There are so many challenges that we must save as much as possible to be able to meet these challenges. Unfortunately, in this context, we realize that there are still bad apples who try to play with time. Perhaps, but we have spent years raising awareness. I think that at this point, the people even know that we were raising awareness so that we should take action. And from a given moment, we decided to take action. I want to inform here that, unfortunately, in recent times, following a denouncing of complaints, we discover a network of thugs, unfortunately, within the very Ministry of Humanitarian Action. The ministry which are supposed to act for the benefit of the most deprived people is in the ministry that these people allow themselves to embezzle money, billions, in 2024. They embezzled several billions. The police did an excellent job investigating job, which allow us to discover a lot of property, luxury vehicles, a good number of things in any case, which were seized, and the case was transferred to a court. This is to say that if we do not take serious control, there will always be these kinds of people who believe that everything is allowed. Everyone is allowed to embezzle billions, especially from the Ministry of Humanitarian Action in the context. There are agents assured who were caught in this who are currently in prison. Hundreds of millions of dollars embezzled from food, which should have gone to the benefit of more than of the benefit of the internal discipline people, and it is the ministries that people try to embezzle this money from. And I am convinced that it exists almost everywhere because we are continuing the investigation. Often there are these arrests that you cannot understand, but we know what we are doing. There are still many people who try to embezzle public funds. We are not going to have pity for them. These individuals is opportunities to therefore challenge the commission regulations. They are dysfunction which was put in place because these arrive at the level of the president, we can get to work seriously and to allow us to unearth all these thieves who are hiding in the administration. We cannot tolerate this in these moments of the fight against terrorism, where people sacrificing themselves on the ground and others at the rear, allowing themselves to steal billions and to put themselves in luxury. It is difficult to understand this situation. In addition to all that, there are Burkinabe's lack of patriotism. We are followed in the effort that we made to be able to acquire a new plane last month, and I was obligated to receive last week two mechanics from the company, which upon the arrival of the plane on the second of last month, on the third file a resignation request, and one filed a resignation request on the third to take effect on the fourth, and the other took effect, therefore, on October 31st, and for a good reason. They are asking for an increase in the salaries for more than 2 million in the sabotage, and I think it's a serious lack of patriotism of the board of directors. Tried all they could to reason with them, and they even went to make concessions until offer 400,000 francs more on their salary, and everything they refused categorically, even refused to work while we were taking the plane on, checking a certain number of things so that it can restart, but they refused to work. While the new plane had just arrived, that's pure sabotage. A plane that arrived on the second and the third, you decided not to work. Mechanics are obligated to receive. We are obligated to receive mechanic and therefore pass them the message that they are going to work willingly or by force. We are not asking anyone, we are not going to negotiate yet. They are going to work, and that is what is being done in the Air Force. These mechanics do not receive what they receive, but who sacrifice themselves day and night on these aircraft in flight to support the flight forces. They have never asked for a franc more. So they are the kind of spirit that we are fighting, and that is why I said to make a revolution. There are challenges, and every day there are challenges, and it will be the same for all those who are willing to try to who will try to sabotage. We will take the measures that it is necessary by force. We are going to do what we must. No, we are no longer going to tolerate a certain number of things. The time of awareness has passed. Everyone must get to work, benefit from our popular masses, and continue to suffer. The population, the population must also have the right to experience a little joy of living and to savor what belongs to them. Burkina Faso, our wealth, there is no reason for it to belong just to a small group, and which can allow itself to surrender this public money. So I'm inviting you to pass a message on to the different administrations in the different departments, and also to continue to take denunciation so that we can effectively thank you. And I hope that this end of the year will be a time of intense work, because it is time to take stock, to do retrospective, and to see what has worked during 2024 so that we can project ourselves in a fairly righteous manner in 2025 to meet the challenges that will arise for us. Thank you and good luck to all, and good luck for the month of November. So, guys, there you have it. What do you think of that speech? Did you understand everything that was said and what he's trying to achieve and what he's doing? Hence the reason why they are growing expeditiously, food wise, infrastructure wise, um, patriotism wise, and helping, making sure he gets rid of all the leaks in government. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm gonna show the next video. Think maybe tomorrow about this major event that just took place there with the cycling and the racing. It was very successful, a 10-day race, and unfortunately, US sanctioned Burkina Faso because of the race. So I'll just a video tomorrow. Stay tuned. Boom.